So hello and welcome to Domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. My son picked this out. He was not at all aware. He does not pay much attention to what I am doing in terms of filming. He just knows I'm filming. That's it. And somehow he still picked out a Soul of a Witch, Heart of a Dragon, Hydro 64 mug thing, drinking bottle. And I am just astonished considering the palette is Witch City, Salem that we're going to get into today. Anyway, it's my usual drink. I'm going to go ahead and give this a sip. Oh, I love that. And we're going to go ahead and get this. This has been besmirched, but look at this palette. She is just absolute. Let's show you. It's besmirched, been used. I've been using it. I've used it. This is gorgeous. I first saw the matte green on their Instagram and went, holy shit. Didn't play with it today, but I tend to get those oranges and greens at some point soon because, oh my God, this is, in terms of color story, I think this is probably my favorite of their palettes. It's a bit dark, but I love it. I just, the colors are astounding. It's astounding. But this is the look. I'm going to give you a quick wink, wink. And if you are interested in how this palette performs, how I actually feel about it in terms of performance, not just color story, or if you're interested in this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's take a look at the palette unbesmirched. Oh God, she is gorgeous. This is absolutely stunning. 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 Did I say stunning? This is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. We're going to be working with the purples and reds. I'm sure you're not surprised by that. This actually is more, it looks kind of silver, but when I look at it, there's like a purple cast to it. So yeah, we're going to be working with those. It's more of a, I guess, a neutral purple because this rose seems to be primarily neutrals. Except maybe the orange. I don't know. It's orange neutral, but it's beautiful. It is absolutely. I have a plan. Be amazed. Yes, I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. So 2 things before we start to dig in with the plan. One, I am still getting over whatever bacterial crap the husband brought home from work. Of course. And so hopefully I don't sniffle too much, but if I do, I apologize. I will try to edit them out, but in case I don't, I'm still working through it. And to this eye is already, it's already. I don't think we're not losing any of our base yet, but it's already. All right. All right. So we're going to start with Howling Halloween under the eye, under the brow, and then we're going to take this color. It's called Old Burying Point, and we're going to put that directly. We're going to take this across the whole part up here, and then we're going to take the burying point just under the brow. Then we're going to go into these purples, inner corner, across the lid, outer corner, and then we're going to hit some of the reds, and we're going to go ahead and take Devil's Book for our point, and Hocus Pocus for some definition, and then we'll probably throw some of the Witch City, which is the black, on the very outer corner. So that is the plan. I want to get into these greens at some point. I saw these greens on their Instagram and went, oh my God. But it's been a while since we've done a purple look, and yeah. I really want to use the Crucible. The Crucible, which comes up pink for you guys, but it's a very deep cranberry for me. I might put that underneath. I might. That's a beautiful color too. What am I saying? They're all beautiful colors. Let's go ahead and dig in. So I said we're going to start with Howling Halloween, which is a sort of a brownie, shimmery brownie pink. It comes up very brown on the brush. It is very close. It's a bit darker than a color that I liked from my one of my first really high end palettes, and that was the Urban Decay Urban Spectrum, I believe. That's a throwback, folks. That was my favorite palette for so long. I was so sad when those um, shades started drying out and I couldn't do anything to save them. I still have the box, but I couldn't save the shades. They just got too old. And I'm also really sad that Urban Decay is now a shadow of what it used to be. All right, so now we're going to grab some of that burying point. Yeah, it's more of it comes up. It doesn't look brown. It looks more pinky here, but it came up more brown on my skin. Maybe more of I don't know. That didn't come out the way I thought it would. Well, we're just going to lighten her up with some of the old burying point. We hope. We hope. Here we go. Oh, that's not even doing that much. It's fighting it. It's fighting it. I thought about using witchcraft, but she is so gray, and I don't know if gray is that color for me. I will try it at some point, I'm sure. Okay, so bright ladies maybe not being so bright. I lined her up a little bit, just a little bit. Gave her all the shim. It's going to be such a shim look. But we all know how I feel about the shims. I love me some shimmers. I can live with that combo. It's not as bright as I would normally like, but I mean, I can live with that combo. Okay, so give me just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put glitter glue across, and then we'll come back and do the two together. Let's start our purples. Purpley purples. Alrighty, so already went ahead and got this wet. You guys can't hear this, but in honor of the purples, I'm listening to Prince in the background. All right, so let's get into those Gallows Hill. This really light, shimmery purple here. Oh, pretty colors. I'm telling you, folks, I have been needing some beautiful brights in my life of late. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get this to cooperate. Oh, of course we can. It's freaking Nomad. That's a pretty color. We are going to very quickly grab a brush, do our usual testing. Oh, I love that. I'm in heaven. I forgot my purples. I got my purples. Um, they haven't mentioned a formula change recently, but I have noticed that a few of their shimmers, this ain't going to be one of them, have not been as brush friendly as I'm used to. But this one is doing just fine, baby. We're going to get up in there, get that across more, and just make sure that we are in the crease. Because, and in this corner, because old eyes doing the things, including having lines that I have to beg my eyeshadow to get into. It's terrible, folks. I'm sorry if I block that because I have to fight the damn things. All right. And now we're going to take Rope's Mansion, which is a bluey purple. We're going to put this on the other side of our thing. And we're going to put that across the middle. And then we'll finally get into some of their mats. Too much pretty. It's too much pretty. Okay, Ropes Mansion. Ropes Mansion. I hate to wipe out their embossings. But you know, to use it. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Of course, if it's purple, I'm pretty much going to say it's gorgeous, right? Oh, wow. I have missed my purples. Part of the problem is that I haven't been filming as much, so I've not been using my makeup as much. I might just start putting on makeup during the day, even if all I'm doing is chores. I feel bad not using all this stuff up that I've bought, and it can't all go on my art. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to take a dry side. I'm going to try to blend this edge a little bit. Y'all know. Dommy's happy. Dommy is happy. Dancing in her seat. All right, so we're going to get, this is Salem Commons. I think this is going to go somewhere between those two. I don't think it's going to be that deep. So we're going to go ahead and do Salem Commons on this outer corner. Oh, baby. Oh, she comes up a bit deeper than I expected. I expected to have more of a berry cast. I can live with it. As you can see, there is some fallout. Fallout doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people. I am noticing a bit of skipping. It might be the brush I'm using. It might be my lid. Old lady lids. I've already mentioned that. So I'm just going to keep patting away at it and get that in there. Put a little bit up the top too. Well, she's in there, but I am noticing an odd, I don't think you guys can see it, but there's light and dark. You can, it's all on there. I'm not seeing skin through it, but there's an odd, almost patterning in there. And I don't know why I want to do this, but I'm going to try to clean this up underneath. Yeah, we're going to, good thing I do the concealer, right? All right. So now, oh, the boy is bringing me treats. Thank you. He started doing that on, I never asked, but he visits our office every day. And he started bringing me treats from the office just without asking. And I guess I've been so pleased with it that he, just has continued the thing. Now, getting another brush. We're going to get some of this Devil's Book. And we're going to do our point with this Devil's Book. God, those purples are gorgeous. Okay. Oh, this Devil's Book is going to fit right in. I'm going to grab a little bit on the tip of my brush to get towards my inner here to try to avoid making such a mess of my purples. And then go up and out to create my point. So from what I'm seeing just in my mirror right now, I wish this had been a little bit lighter, but at the same time, I'm not mad at it. That a little bit of brightness up top, just, I have a way to do it, but I really was kind of hoping to have a bit more brightness just from the palette. And you can see we're dropping more shadow. Right now it looked like a bruise. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. I don't know if this is still available. I will check and list down below if it is, like I normally do. This is the Spoiled Cosmetics, their highlighter thing. I'm planning to use this. I'm going to use a little bit of this one right here and put that directly under the brow. Because like I said, I really think it needs just a little bit of brightness. And I think this will bring it. So this is a really nice highlighter. I hope it'll bring it. Ah, yes. It's not taking over. It's not going to the stars. But it is definitely bringing a bit more. I'm going to bring that all the way down into, to meet that red. Yeah, that's what we needed. We definitely needed that brightness. We definitely did. Okay, so now going back to our palette, I'm going to grab some of that Hocus Pocus, this one here, and do some. See if it's dark enough. If it's not, it's okay. We've got the black. We can use more of the black than we planned. Oh, if this is gorgeous. These are gorgeous colors. Because of all the purples. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. I'm Nomad. This is the purple palette. This there's other colors in here, but this is it. This is the purple palette. So we're gonna do all of that. Just adds a nice depth in there. That's beautiful. It brings together the red and the purples just beautifully. Oh my. Oh my. Y'all can tell when I'm pleased. All right, grabbing just a little bit of this Witch City. And I put it on the tip of my inner corner brush here, my pointy brush. And we're just going to go towards this outer part. We are not going all in. We just want to bring a bit more darkness right around that dark purple. A bit more separation. That dark matte purple. And I can tell I am starting the weepy thing. I have a bit of a line starting to show up where it should not be. All right. I'm going to sit here and giggle forever. This is beautiful. I'm not even done yet. I'm very happy. Okay, so we still have a little bit of smudging. That's fine. We'll take care of it with conceal. Oh, God. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. All right. I think we all already know what my opinion of the palette's going to be. But I'm going to go and do the other eye and get the face done. And then, in case I didn't mention it, I probably did, but I've already picked my color from their new lipsticks. Now, I've already tried one of these. These are very sheer. This is going to be, this is Hocus Pocus. It says, which city spell binding lipstick in Hocus Pocus? So this isn't Hocus Pocus, but here's the thing. You're going to see it. She's on the sheer end. So what I'm going to do with her, and I'm going to do it while we're off. Is this the one I was going to use? Wrong one. Where did I put the one I'm going to use? All right, so I'm going to take this old Maybelline Bold in Sapphire Siren. And we're going to put this over it. Oh, we're not going to get that much color on it, are we? We're just going to get a nice shine. Lighten it up a little bit. That's going to be perfect for what I want. Honest. But yeah, that's something to be aware of with these lipsticks. They're more like really pigmented glosses. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to finish this all up. I'm going to go ahead and put on the lipstick. I'll show you the other colors of lipstick at the end as well. And we will see you in a moment. Okay, so first thing I'm going to note is that any sheen on the lips is from the Nomad, but it didn't do anything for the color, really. I tried several testers on my hand. I thought I was going to get something a little brighter, but it really didn't. I'm not mad at that. I actually really think the color is appropriate for this look. I love the look. Hopefully it hasn't fallen apart too much on the inner corners, but here you go. I did use that red along the underneath here. And I initially had kept this, the wings open, but then I put a bit of the black in there. And I know to some people this would be kind of a bruisey kind of look. I don't care. I love the look. I love the look. I love the look. I have not done purples, a concentrated purples in a long time. And yeah, just, and I will say the palette doesn't disappoint. Nomad has amazing purples and reds, to be honest. Like I warned you, I'm still working with this cold shit. Tired of it, but still working with it. But this corner, I think my only complaint about the palette is that I think this should have been a lot lighter. They needed something lighter, and I think this should have had more of a purple with, again, a lot lighter. They needed something light to go under the brow. Most of us don't put really dark colors under our brows, which is why I which is why I finally went to the Spoiled Cosmetics highlighter palette and used that really bright color under the brow to brighten all that up. Because you want your eyes to show up. And I have that issue. Doesn't matter which pair of glasses I wear. You'll find that my glasses, all of them, tend to hide my eyes, and particularly right around my brows. So I need something really bright to show off my eyes, to really make them stand out. It's just part of where the whole Bright Ladies thing came from. I like doing bright colors because you can't see my face when they're behind the glasses and stuff. Anyway, this performed like a charm. I'm already in love with it. I think this is probably by far my favorite palette that they've done, which is probably saying something considering I have all but a few of their palettes. And in fact, I ended up repurchasing the reformulated ones. I haven't even played with all of those yet. But I had the originals of those, and I enjoyed the originals. And so I'm pretty sure the reformulations, which is included in this beautiful picks up with a brush type formula for the shimmers. It's absolutely astounding to me. It really is. It's a beautiful palette. It's a beautiful palette. Now, all that said, not as thrilled with the lipsticks. They are not lipsticks. I have all three colors. Basically, you can get the palette by itself. I'm not sure if you can get the lipsticks in a set, quite possibly, but I know you can get them individually, and you can get the palette and the lipsticks all in one thing. Obviously, I bought the all-in-one. The colors of lipsticks look really good to me, but they are disappointing in terms of pigmentation. And also be aware that some of them are apparently coming in to people kind of bent. I want to make sure any excess color is off this purple one. I'm going to have to do it to another one. But to me, they're more like pigmented glosses. They're underpigmented for lipsticks. They're more like glosses. This is a red one that I haven't even tried yet. And that's me going over it several times. And that one comes out more pink. And I have tried the gold. I actually used it over a red lipstick. I'm just going to clean this up real quick. I used it in the most recent MMIWM. But they're actually kind of sheer. I mean, they're beautiful, but I mean, it doesn't really show how sheer on, you can kind of see it. So to me, the pigmentation of the lipstick was a bit of a letdown. But I do like the colors, and I do like using them over things. I wonder if that red, try the red. We're going to try the red. We're going to put the red over this and see what happens. See, it didn't do much. I would expect more of an adjustment if this was more pigmented. I can put other glosses over and actually get better coverage, better mixing, I should say. It's not the coverage that's the issue. It's the pigmentation, and the pigmentation is what helps, because I do as a lot of people on my particular Facebook know, I do a lot of what I call Frankenlips, because I do a lot of mixing to get what I want. And I actually was hoping for more of this light grapey color to come out over that darker purple. In fact, I ended up layering 3 purples. The darker one to give some depth, another one over that to kind of lighten that up, and then the glossy lip from Nomad, and it just really didn't do anything. And as you can see, the pink really didn't do anything. So to me, if you're going to pick these up, just be aware they're not going to be as pigmented. I do love their little witches hats on there. This packaging is adorable. It's cute. But I'm going to be putting these in my gloss box. They are very pigmented for glosses. I'll say that. I mean, I do have, I believe, I think I still have a Nomad gloss in here somewhere. This is their, oh my. This is their Provence Glossé lip gloss. I bet you this would be pretty over that color. But this is the gloss, which is no longer available to my understanding. This is the gloss. You can see the lipsticks have about the same pigmentation as the gloss. I'm throwing some of that gloss over that lipstick. Yeah, it overtakes it. The gloss actually seems to have a bit more pigmentation than the lipstick. So to me, these are not lipsticks. These are glosses. They're highly pigmented glosses, but they don't have the same kind of pigmentation as a lipstick. They really don't. Here's a lipstick. You can see the difference. There's a sheerness to what the Nomads that doesn't come out on your standard lipsticks. So that's the only thing I'm moderately disappointed at, is that these are not really lipsticks. They're more like highly pigmented glosses. But the palette is stunning. I'm going to clean this up so that we can do some swatching from the palette. The palette itself is the second absolutely stunning palette in a row that I have gotten. The other being the DD Signature we tried on. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch this. I see a brown in here. I see two browns in here. I am going to attempt to swatch some of those, but I suspect that they won't work very well on my skin. And that's going to include that purpley gray. I'm going to try that as well. All right, so we're going to start with the oranges, which is Witching Hour, Haunted Happening, Harvest Moon, which is amazing. And then, what are you? I cannot read it. Spirits and Spells, which is the first brown that I think is going to be having a problem. Some of these, there's a couple of these colors that have a very gray cast to them. But anyway. Oh, that's the Haunted Happenings. Wow. God, I gotta play with it. Yeah, and that grayish, lighter brown just disappeared. I'm really surprised by Haunted Happenings. It does not look like it would fade out that much on my skin. I mean, this one. Interesting. All right, so then we have the Old Burying Ground, Witchcraft, Salem Willows, Dark Demons, which has a kitty cat embossment. Oh, okay. Okay, so there are a few in this one that I'm going to have to be careful with when it comes to skin tone. I can see this might be usable under my brow. This one will be. That is the Witchcraft one. This is the one I have used to attempt to lighten the Howling Halloween. So I can see why that didn't lighten. And this is an orange. That's why I didn't put that over it. All right, then we have the Crucible, Devil's Book, Gallows Hill, and Salem Commons. God, these are such pretty shades. Oh. Look at those. Oh, like I said, I use this one underneath my brow. I intend to dig into that somewhere along the line. Some tribal thing is going to want red. I'm going to go right for that red. It's astonishing. And then we have Witch Hunt, Seven Gables, Howling Halloween, Hocus Pocus. Beautiful. Oh. So this is more of a green brown or a marshy brown. I might actually be able to use that one, folks. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then Ropes Mansion and their Black Witch City. It is a gorgeous palette. It's a gorgeous color story. I don't think it's limited edition. Go pick it up if you're interested in it, though, just in case, because damn, this is a gorgeous color story. Here we go. Here we go. So even if some of our shimmer stuck, that's a shimmer. It's a shimmer. That's astonishing. That black is like, no. Oh, wow. If anything, I'm just getting red all over. We are turning red, red all over. That, wow, that's taking some effort to get off. So even though I had holes in my eyes, I bet you that pink was still holding up some. Oh, hey. I don't think that's just a bruise. And some of them are still not gone. Wow. Those are staying. Those are staying. Anyway. So yeah, I highly recommend this particular palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. The color story is gorgeous. I'm in love with the look we made from it. The shimmers are astounding and are you can actually pick them up with a brush. And yeah, you'll have to let me know down below if you intend to pick up this absolutely stunning palette. I'm almost want to move them up, but like I said, we've got some others ahead of them now. It's just kind of weird because this palette just kind of made me question that whole thing. Anyway, so let me know down below if you're going to go ahead and pick up this palette and go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Do all of those things. We've been gone a while, so we have dropped on the algorithm like horrendously. And I'm trying to get back into some sort of regular filming here. So I hope you will stick around and come back and watch some more and do all the things to help bump us up. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and have another sip of my drink, and we will go ahead and sign off because my dear hubby is home, and I'm sure his first thought was, "Are you still at it?" Folks, I got in late. I blame Psylocke. That cat's got some mojo, and she likes to crawl up into bed with me in the morning when I start to wake up, and either she makes it impossible to get out of bed or she knocks my ass back out. It's funny. A couple of days ago, she came and climbed up in bed, and I was like, I need to get up, and fell asleep again. And woke up, there she was. I really need to get up, fell asleep again. I didn't get out of bed till like 1 o'clock, 2, something like that. I swear it's Psylocke. That cat's got mojo. In the meantime, I do like that. She's a bit noisier. We'll be getting to tea soon. It is getting late, fallish kind of. We're heading that way. It is still in the warm temps in the 80s and such in Georgia. So it's going to probably be a little bit longer before we get to tea. But in the meantime, as you all know, I love my daughters. I love my children. I love all my children. I love my dragonettes. And I hope you have a good one.